didn't, I can't really see very well. Okay, we're gonna adjust right there. How about that? Oh, welcome in. I am Joy with JJ with Joy, and I have been finishing up this journal and thought that I might share a few magazines with you guys. So, um, it's just one of those fun days where, we're just doing a lot. Anyway, I did make a chain. So this is what I want to show you. And then after I get finished showing the journal itself, I plan on going through some of the magazines that I have purchased. I like to look at magazines, you see them here and there. And so I kind of just thought, well, I kind of went a little gung-ho crazy actually. But I thought I would share them because there are certain magazines that you may like and you wish that you knew what they look like on the inside. So that's why I wanted to go this route. So let's get those out of the way and get this in the way. Yahoo! Yahoo! Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? It says top messages. No wonder. Is that my problem? Nah, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, now hold on, having chair issues. Chair issues. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get you right there. Is that good? Okay, this is the digital kit, mostly. There are other digital kits in here, but it looks like I need to move you this way yet more. Not much, because you'll see my belly. There you go, I guess. Maybe I'll move it up. So this kit is from Amity Bloom. Amity Bloom. Hi, y'all. Come in and say hi. I made this for myself, and I plan on making another one starting next Thursday. So right now, it's called Dear Fawn, and she has done an example of this, but I added this chain. It's the only chain I had. It's kind of bulky, but it's okay. It's for me. No big deal. I put a smaller back. There's yumminess, and I wish I would have done this a little different, but there's the top, and there's the luscious side, and there's the yum bottom. You like my little stuff here. All right, so let's get into this beauty. Get that out of the way. That just hooks on. So I did put a piece of, well, first let's start with the spine. On the spine, I did a small, hi Rose Painter. Oh, you did? Oh my goodness. Awesome. She grabbed her magazines. You guys that are watching later can't see it. Anyway, I just made this out of a quilt. They're underneath, and put different laces and trims on top of the laces. And then I made two small pieces that I just glued on to this piece. So I put this one under and I put this one over, but you're not going to notice the difference, correct? All right. This is a little bit of mica that I've just added to the top of her image, just to kind of make it, a little bit, have a little sparkle, and I did put some 3X's on there that are from, yeah, a gold pin, whatever. A little bit of lace trim here underneath. You can see, a few different things. I added a little trim up here, a little tab there, and lace, and underneath here, I don't know if you can see that, is some yummy stuff there. All right, I kind of moved you guys up, but I'll have to move you down. So this is a vintage root beer from a manufacturing. It's just an advertisement. And then here I have vellum put on top of some scrapbook paper with a little flower and trim on top. I was trying to do Amity Bloom's style, and while I was doing her style, I did find a few other people that kind of do her style, and I love it. They are Evelyn and Sage Avenue, and then Ruby and Pearl XO. So this right here is some wallpaper. I did a lot of this live, and it is in a playlist if you want to watch how I built it. So a little trim lace, this beautiful coffee dyed paper underneath. We're gonna skip on. I'm going skipping. So a little bit of vellum, stripe page under of some other page, a little bit of writing room. I can't wait. I have to show this so I can get it off my desk and, you know, be on my way because I really want to use this journal. I'm excited about it. I've been excited about it since I started. So just, layering it up with different, this is her digital. This is some specialty paper that I had. That's part of her digital. This is her digital, and her it's Amity Bloom. Some specialty paper up here. I could move you guys down, but then I'd have to move you right back up for the magazine. So I'll just pick this up and back and forth. This envelope, I bought a whole bunch of envelopes from a lady that from a estate sale, and they're beautiful. Tim Holtz tape, some other washi tape. Then I have just a magazine page, some coffee dyed paper. This is somebody else's digital, and I do not know who. This is my favorite page. It just looks more like her style than any of them, I think. So we have this postcard that is vintage. I don't know what year it's from, doesn't say, but it's old. 1 cent postcard, that's old. I have always loved this paper. Hello, hello. Hey, if you guys like what you see, give me a thumbs up if you would. Then some scrapbook paper here and some other writing stuff there. This is the end of a piano player roll. And hi, T. Did I say hi? I don't even know if I said hi. But I love it. A friend gave it to me because it says, say, Mr., have you met Rosie's sister? Well, I'm Rosie's sister, so that's why I'm keeping this journal, because I put it in here. This has a little tag that comes out on both sides, and I used some of the scrapbook paper there. Now, in this, we have specialty paper, and then I just ripped off the corner to make that look really fun and yummy. Some old music paper. This is the part of her digital. I'm almost sure that's part of her digital. Don't know. Some washi and just the words. Now I know what to do with my piano ends. Yeah, put them on there for sure. So this is a piece of wood paper, and it has a very vintage card. I had a card and it fell apart, so I just put the top on there. It has some pages in here just to write on if I choose to, and tucks in that little spot on top, and I just put some washi up on top, kind of matched a little bit. And then I did more on this page than I wanted to because I was trying to make it even Steven with this, so I added this trim over here, and then I really didn't want it there because I liked it without it, but I felt it needed it for the bottom. So this is a raised flower, I don't know what you call those. Tim Holtz tape. This is part of her digital. A little ruffle down the edge. Hey, Miss Twyla. So a washi here. I did show how to make these cups if you're interested in how I made these cups. You can make 2 out of 1 postcard. That's, and I just added on. This is a piece of scrap from what do you call it? Upholstery scrap. And then I liked this before I shaded it. You can see the shading of just a touch, but it's okay. That is embossed. I did not think this side and this side matched. As you can see, if I move my hand out of the way, I didn't think this side and this side matched. So I decided to put in this beautiful piece of lace, which kind of separates it enough that it doesn't look like that. Ah, okay. Hi, Miss Michelle. Wallpaper is here, and we have just a random piece of writing. This came off of her digital, and I just put it on some paper. This was from a Temu packing. That's what that is. And behind is, I don't think that's her kit either. I think it's somebody else's kit. I did some hand sewing there. I like this page too because it has a little bit of, the colors just kind of come together. This was a different digital. I think this was a different digital, but this is hers. And this came out of a book. This writing came out of a book. So I like that. This is her digital, Amity Bloom's digital. This, a friend gave me. Hi, oh, I was saying hi, Rose. I thought it was the other hi, my other Rose. Hi, Tania. How are you? This is part of the digital. I just sewed around it, added a piece of paper on the back. I always do this so when this is out, you can tell that it's still there. So when I pop that out of there, I glue it right back down in its place. So should this get lost or out of there, then, you know, it is what it is. I love this wallpaper. The lady had made wallpaper envelopes, and they're gorgeous. So now, I don't like this after I added it, and I agree it should be up here, but I don't remember why I did it down here. Oh, I needed more stuff at the bottom. So since it's for me, it doesn't really matter. See, I keep saying don't. It don't matter. This is part of a digital. I do not know if it's hers. Very possibly, because it looks like it came with this, and this is her digital. So music paper behind. This little idea here was from Rose King. Now, her idea is if you have ugly ribbon that is like, this is really a bright, not pretty ribbon. And so if you have a ribbon you don't like, just put a piece of lace, or this is a curtain, one of them curtains. I love this paper. It's a scrapbook paper. I had a little charm on the end here. Oh, I do have some charms down here. I put a 2025 because that's when I made this. I put a little deer on there, and I put a J for joy, and I put an owl because, you know, I like owls, and there's some buttons coming up here soon. So another vintage, what is this, a postcard? Nope, it's a advertisement. So a little vintage advertisement, and I've not been fond of these kind of looks of people, but I'm just doing something totally out on the limb. I think this was her digital. I put a little flip here. This is some vintage bedspread, like a vintage bedspread. It reminded me of what my mama had at her home. So, and more of this little specialty paper. I'll get it out. I've been cleaning all morning and working so hard because I'm getting ready to go to a retreat, and I will be live from there. Eyelet trim. I love this page too. This is the center, first signature, second signature, and more of this beautiful paper. Now this was a bath mat that I dyed that with. This a friend had given it to me, and put this on. This is her digital. This is a vintage hanky, and I went around the top with hand stitching. Put this old-fashioned button on there. I really like that. Over here we have a little bit of glittery, what do you call it? Ephemera piece. And then I put the ribbon under it to kind of make it pop. Again, I think this might be a napkin, but it came from her the estate sale that I purchased a bunch of stuff. I said I was going to do something to this page because did you guys see the whole thing together? I don't know. I need to up and down it. Sorry. But I added the piece of this trim. I kind of like the way it breaks it up a little bit. Here's an Easter greeting postcard, and it's from 1914. And then I have a little lace up top. I'll get that in there. I keep saying, sorry. A little bit of lace. Then more lace over here. I really like this lace. This is her digital, and this may be another digital. I really don't know. I just started mixing digitals, pulling papers. This is hers for sure. So an applique I put on there. These words come from a old game, and it's called sentence making or something like that. I had shown it in one of the lives. So I saw somebody made these cute little things and thought I would make those. Oh, I still got ink. I was playing with alcohol inks. Except for I did them a little bit differently and sewed down the middle there. And I just put a little piece of jute on the bottom to hold it in. I have one of the little mini paper clips, tiny clips, I don't know what they're called, from Tim Holtz. This is from a flower, telling what kind of flower. And then just part of the digital kit is here. This paper is kind of some odd paper from, I buy Young Living stuff, and it comes with the oils packed. It's the packing for the oil, so it absorbs before it, if it should spill out. Anyway, how's everybody? I just blah, 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 blah. You know me, blah, 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 blah. Some specialty paper here and a different, I know this is not her digital. I'm not sure about this piece here. This came out of a magazine, and this is part of this same, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of, it's wallpaper, but it's kind of flocked. I don't know. Let me turn it several ways. Maybe you can see it better. Behind that, I just put in a piece of paper. I like it both ways, but the belly band kind of adds, a purdy. This is where I put the shell button trim. I think Miss Elizabeth gave me that. Not sure if she did or I think she did. Again, this is from the book, and this is her digital. It's all one piece. She does a lovely collages, and I really like them. This is it's got red underneath gold. I don't know if that shows, but it really doesn't look like, I don't know, right there you can see how red it is. But you really can't tell by looking straight on that it's red. It looks more gold, so I think it makes this little bit of color pop out of the page for me. And I just stuck this in there because, I could. But this is this is another one of the envelopes. You'll see the rest of it in a minute. And this is part of her digital. So, and I off-centered these. I went up and down, so I could see different things. Now, let me show you close, and then I'll put you down and show you other things. I make these little scrap clusters. They're pretty popular in my, let me show you it close up. In my shop, JJ with Joy, I make these and try to keep these in stock. They're really pretty and lacy, and sometimes I put little flowers and sometimes I put buttons, but these are all digitals. And this is a specialty paper, and I just put a little piece of vellum. It kind of looks like a mountain on there, sewed around it, and added this little bead. Kind of has these blues in the edge, and then pearly yellowish tint, which kind of went with the rest of this on that page. This eyelet is just, I think this is a shirt from there. I put this lady, this is a real picture, and just hand sewed, and then, no, I did not hand sew. I put stuff on there. So that was the digital underneath, and wallpaper here. I found the word "Life is on Your Side." I just stuck it on there. Now, I just hand stitched around this, and that's part of that. Well, I'm not sure if it's the same piece or not, but it's a piece of fabric. and a ruffle and crinkled the corner down, put this little satin lace thing to make it pop over. Now, I didn't like the way I originally did this page. Here's what it looks like full and whole, but I made it, so I liked it. I hand stitched at the top. I added a little piece of lace. I added this, and I glued this piece down because this was too much washi and tape on there, and that just mutes it enough that I like it. And I'll just write right here. So I had washi there. This is her, I think this is her digital. I put a little piece of this beautiful ribbon trim. Every flower must grow through the dirt. I love that saying. And there's a little bit of rickrack. Hi, Barbara. I have this stamp. Now, let me show you the whole thing, and then I'll move it back up again. This stamp I just stamped on a piece of vellum, so you can see it's loose. I can write on the top of this as well. This is her digital. And I sewed that little corner down just to add, you know, another little texture. And this is her digital Amity Bloom. This is her kit. I put it under a vintage envelope so you can just see a piece of the envelope, and I put a little lace trim on the side, and then up here, this is not hers, it's just some digital paper from someone else. I don't think this is somebody else as well, but it matched well. It kind of went together. And then I put the blue on top, and I have this trim, and this is some lacy stuff that I have in my stash. Now this page, I have used the dot pan to coffee dye this. I've got some washi here. This pulls out. If I can get it out, it's a little up tuck. So it's just blank on the back. I kind of like that. I don't know where that, I think this came out of a book, actually. I have some vintage Italian papers. That's what that is. This green was a little bright. So again, if you have bright something, you can always mute it by adding trim lace over the top of it. Yay, good for you. So this is actually a Christmas image from a postcard, or from a card, and he's eating some berries off of a tree. But I like it. Tim Holtz paper there. My friend gave me this first day of issue card, and this is absolutely gorgeous. So I decided to incorporate it. It's from 1993. It's a postcard, and I did leave, I won't take that off, but this tells about the first issue and whatever. I didn't read it. I assume that's what it means. It's from a stamp company. It says Mystic Stamp Company on there. Some washi over here. And down in here, see, I didn't even see that had, this is an envelope, and I just put a little piece of paper, has nothing on the back. It's for me to write on. If I can remember it's in there, I need it peeked out there. And then I have a little peekaboo over here, which I sewed around this and added a little bow so it wouldn't get lost down in the package. Then I have, this is not her kit, but I liked it. Can't remember whose digital that is. This is another one of, now I don't know if that, I think that's a napkin that she decoupaged on to make an envelope. And then I put part of the kit there, and I have some of this green. Oh, I've already packed it, so I can't show it, but ask me if you're interested. I'll show you the next time. I've got a lot of stuff packed ready to go to my retreat. I have the purple on the edge here, which kind of goes more with this side versus the other side. That envelope is so pretty. I put a piece of lace over the top, and this was hanging around. Somebody, I ordered something and she sent it, and I thought, you know, it was on my desk, so there we go. This, I bought a whole big roll of it, so cheap, and it's kind of plasticky, but it's beautiful because it has all more purple, but it's like an Aurora Borealis to me. There's some lace and that satin trim there. So I put a little paper ruffle, and over here I have just a little applique thing, and this is her kit, and on the back of it I just put a piece of paper so it just rolled over and gave it more texture. And then this is her digital, and I rolled this piece over on the top, which is also her digital. I really don't like things sideways, but I didn't have room to put it the other direction, and it's fine. It will work. So this page, I have a real picture here. It's of a woman out in her garden. Kind of reminds me of my aunt, actually. It's from 1957. And this is just scrapbook paper. I added another piece of scrapbook paper on the top and then added some lace. I love this side. I wish I would have put it on this side, but it, you know, kind of this side went better. A little bit of paper underneath. And then this is just some scrapbook paper as well. Oops, I want that sticking up and her little head popping out. This is some wired trim that I took the trim out, and then I tied it together. I took a piece like this, tied it together, and then it kind of looks like a butterfly almost. Some washi tape. I incorporated the same paper on both sides, and then this, of course, is the back of that. This is sticker paper stuff. And this is some acetate flowers. And this says sing your own song. That's just a piece of ephemera that I had laying around. Lace, and I put the little sparkly gems on there. Now this page, that's her digital kit. The deer is her digital. And I did this one live. I added the pink this is a scrap paper, and this is a scrap paper. And then I put the ruffle, and then I just added the little pretties on top of it. And it's not a tuck, I don't think, no. So that's just a yo-yo. This is a yo-yo with some flowers on top and a brad through the middle. Hold on. Now this is some piano. Just added a piece of rust dyed. This came from a shirt, and then I had this little sparkly butterfly, so I added it in there. And this is wallpaper, and I just made a little pocket for this side, and then you flip it over, and I have another piece of scrapbook paper and just layered it up and layered this, and that's some more of that specialty paper. So I just didn't want to cover as much as I could of the other, you know. So a vintage postcard from set 1917 goes in there, and then I just added the word on there. I added this little bit of lace here. Lift you back up. Lift you back up so you can see it. Scrapbook paper. This is her digital here. So that just tucks in, and then this will clamp on. I patinaed this with some of the Tim Holtz patina paint. Last page. So I used the, you know, thingamajig. What do you call it? Punch, 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 you know. Edge punch. That's what it's called. Scrapbook paper, a little bit of this came in the packing. It was just really pretty. I added lace over the top of that envelope, and I did go ahead and glue it down because it was flipping up when I was trying to install. I almost said install. That's funny. I have these little stamps, so I would like your opinion on this. If you give me an opinion, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't, if you like. And so if you have, this says from the Library of Joy at JJ with Joy, and they said I should sign my name anyway and date it, and I would like to know what your opinion is of that. So I put this on too far from the side. I should have put it closer. So I rigged it. You guys would be proud of me. That's why I had to go with this extra. Hold on, we gotta flip it over. That's why I went with this extra little chain, because I could add to it, have another little element of dangle, and then I added this on. My friend gave me some bigger chain, so I added that on. So there you go. That is that. And I showed you guys this already. It's a complimentary piece, but I'm going to show it again because, you know, it's a complimentary piece, and this is the final flip through, right? I'm going to tie this in a knot from through. I'm not going to retie this because, man, that was a challenge. Thank you. So this, who did I see this from? Boy, I don't even remember. I went ahead and glued this to the inside of it so it won't fall off, but I just had a piece of lace with a little applique. Oh, what do you call this? A document. So this is part of her digital kit, and I just wrinkled up the side, and I distressed a very little. I was trying not to distress. This is also her digital in the back here, and I just used some old brads and doubled up here. And so this is some Italian papers, and all it is just an extra little flippity flip. You know, I can write on the back of them if I want. They're very vintage, from early 1920s, and this piece here is not, but it is old. And then I glued this one on the back. So that, you can have it over like this, you could have it back, but this is the way I chose to do it, and then just wrap it with the, you know, cord thing. All right, let's get into the magazines. You guys, I've gone crazy with, let me get that over there. Hang on, out of my way. I was trying to choose a magazine. I was trying to see which one. So I have several magazines here. I have In Her Garden, In Her Studio, Magnolia, Daphne's Diary, Somerset Studio, Bella Grace, Willow and Sage, and Art Journaling. I actually went really crazy. So I'm not going to go page by page. You can see the difference. Here's Daphne's Diary hanging up there like a sore thumb. But anyway, let me kind of go through them. I'll start with Daphne's Diary because, and I have used stuff out of this. This is a 2024 number 3. But just so you kind of get an idea, the Daphne's Diary they just feel amazing. Oh my gosh, they feel amazing. All these magazines are fairly pricey. So, you know, they may not be for you, but if you're looking for something, you know. So, and I can't tell you too much about the other ones because I really just got them, but Daphne's Diary has a variety, and a lot of these magazines, they have people that come and bring their art into the, not the journal, magazine. So different people share their all kinds of art. So one may speak to you, I guess is the right word, more than another. Now, I've cut some stuff out of this one, so you'll have to excuse that, but I've cut stuff out of all of them. But this is kind of what it is about. I know that I really would have loved to have seen all of these before I subscribed for a subscription. Now Daphne's Diary always has something that is a little food related, they have a game, they have a poster, they have something about travel, something about art, you know, but this is kind of what you're getting when you're getting it. You know, I was going to choose, so I actually made this, you get these little cutout pieces, and a lot of them is like, you know, I'm saving this for, I should bring that I'm bringing this to the retreat because a friend's making a watermelon journal. She might want that too. Anyway, this cute little garden thing was something that you put together, and I did that. So, you know, that just has ideas and things in here. I don't know if this is giving you guys enough of an idea or not, but now this is a magazine from the UK. So, and here's your poster. Most of them I don't care for, but that's just me. This one's pretty. So, you know, I don't know what we're supposed to do with a poster. You know, how many posters can we put up in our room? I don't know. You know, but you can use it in a journal if you wish. A little bit of gardening stuff. I think that that's in almost all of them. And then always cutouts of some sort to use in, you know, you could use this straight down. You wouldn't have to cut it out, you know. But that's a Daphne's diary. Let's get that out of the way. Let me, here, I'll just throw them over here. I think this one's my favorite. In her garden. So, and these are all expired, old. I mean, I bought them. Now, I don't know what these are from Stampington and Company. The rest of these, I think, are, oh, well, I don't know, not Magnolia. That one's not. This is a lot of garden stuff. So, I like woodland, so this kind of is something that interests me as far as the flowers, and it has Christmas. Check out the Santa Claus. Oh, I love Christmas so much. Lots of Christmas in this one, so evidently it's the Christmas issue. But anyway, house plants. What do you guys, what's your favorite magazine? Put in the comments what your favorite magazine is. I'm very interested because maybe I need to buy a different one, you know? Find another one. I love these little houses. Oh, I love the outdoors, period. I'm an outdoor girl when it doesn't matter, summer or winter. I am outside. Anyway, little advertisements in the back. These are complementary to each other, I'm assuming. I don't know. In her garden and in her studio. So this one's inspiration for making things grow. This one says spaces and stories of creative women. So, I don't know, but I wish people would do books, you know, and would let you see what, oh, I skipped a few pages, but that's all right. The books that you go through, I mean, I love looking through books because us as journalers, we're trying to look for the best book that we can find that goes with our style, that we can cut out of. You know, we all like the Edith Holden books, but there are so many other books. Maybe I'll do a little thing on my favorite books, or, you know, if you'd like to see that, let me know, because if nobody wants to see it, I won't do it. Advertising in the back again. Let me get rid of that one. Now, this is not from Somerset Studio. I just bought this from Joann's before they closed. So, and I love winter, so that's why it kind of caught my eye. Now, I don't know how, well, it was... And they have some also that, and I don't know what they're called, but they come with a die cut and a stamps in them and stuff like that. They're like 25 bucks a pop. I just can't do it. Oh no, they're just too pricey for me. Look at me. They're too pricey for me. Anyway, these are all pricey. They really are. But isn't that cool? I love that picture. Not Howie, the other. What's Howie doing in my... Anyway, that's Magnolia. Somerset Studio was going to be my favorite until I ran into that other one. So these are all heavy, nice paper. The paper is thicker, of course, on the cover, but boy, Daphne's diary paper is just to die for, you know. I'm going to take, I got a year's subscription. Now, this is more artsy, like mixed media art. This one is. And these pages, see, they've got pages you can cut out and use in your art if you wish. That's why they're blank on the back. Wax on, wax off. So I haven't really looked into any of these very much, but they are, people have, you know, put their art in them. You know, they share their art and then they choose people. I'm gonna have to go the other way with the other ones, from the back to the front, because my thumb hurts. too much trying to hold on. Lots of these blank pages in this one. Yeah, I'd like to know who's your favorite magazine if you have one, or if you've not used very many of them. If you appreciate this, let me know that too. That's little advertisements. You know, they're all from the same company, so they're like their advertisements in the back. Bella Grace. Now this one, I love this. This is really thick. This would be so pretty to use in a journal, and use this as a tuck, or to make a slim journal, you know. So on the front and in the back, on all of them are that way. So now, what is Bella Grace? Life's a beautiful journey is what it says. I don't know if that says it on all of them or not. You'll get the drift. This one's more writings in it, you know, like I don't know if it's poems or stories, or, you know, it's kind of getting into yourself. Yeah, meditation, that kind of thing. But there is a lot of pretty pictures in here. Oh, look at a pooty tat. Meow, meow. Somebody came to our house, and Meow Meow had to run because, you know, scaredy cat. So a little bit of stuff to do, worksheet type stuff, and, you know, everything's a slide. And I got 2 more, and then I'm going to play Be Done. I know it's going to be a short, 3, yeah. It's going to be maybe short. Who knows? Willow and Sage. Now this says Homemade Bath and Body. Now I ordered a subscription to this, not realizing what I was getting because I went off of what Amity Bloom said. And are you enjoying seeing these, Rose? Or have you experienced them yourself? Let's say that. So this has got a lot of oils and things to make, you know, like bath salts and salves, and, you know, that if you're into that kind of stuff, you probably already know about it. But I didn't know. And I do essential oils, but I don't make any of my own stuff. I probably should. Sunscreen. Oh, there's one for, well, we won't say. Never mind. If you saw it, you saw it. Oh, look at that. Tinted lip balm. And of course, advertisements in the back. All right. Last one. I kind of like this one too. Art journaling. This is a pretty cover. Now, these are all scrapbook, kind of thicker scrapbook covers. Let's see if I can get this on here. Ah, come on. Come on. That's good. So people have entered their, you know, art. As you can see, I'm not really into, like, what do they call this style of art? I don't know. I'm not really into it. But I do like some of this other stuff. I don't like a lot of images of people. I don't like the ladies that are vintage, like the Victorian ladies. I don't care for those. I don't like the new style of the fake people that people are doing with their imaging. I mean, I like real people, but I don't like some of the Victorian styles, or like this artsy style myself. But I'm sure I will find a lot in these. Oh, that was pretty. Ooh, look at that. I like this one. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. And then we are probably down to advertisements. Anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if you did or not. If you did, tell me about it. I love to hear comments, and you know, give me a thumbs up and ring the bell and subscribe and all that jazz. So hopefully you'll come back. I am here on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and on Thursdays at 3. And I will be coming from what do you call it? Oh, our retreat. I'm going to do a live from our retreat, and, you know, hopefully everybody won't mind that we're all in it. But It'll be fun. So Monday, that's what I plan on doing. And it's not going to be very long, but I'm away and I like to do my live still, so you guys can plan on me. You have one Daphne diary and one Bella Grace and one art journaling. All 4 years old. Or do they look the same, Rose? I mean, do they they haven't changed their style? I would love to know. Anyway, thank you for the hearts. I'm sure that that's coming from Miss Call Me Glitter. Yeah, she loves me. So, the same. Good. Good to know. All right. Well, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to come back and see me on Monday. Will be exciting. I will see you then. Remember, your day is full of choices, so choose joy. Have a great day, guys.